All right, my friends, hello. My name is Andrew Michael, and today, if you're watching this video, chances are you live somewhere else. And by the way, if you don't mind, throw a comment down below. Would love to hear where you are. I'm always kind of curious where our listeners are coming from. But in any case, you're probably watching and you're exploring like Nocatee. Maybe you're relocating this area and you're looking at different housing options. And in this video, and when you're doing that, that's great. We do lots of model home tours and stuff like that. You can go on Zillow or these different websites and you can see, what the houses look like, but it doesn't really tell you what the community looks like. Like, what do you, in Google Earth, the Google Maps, the driving thing, it's neat, but it's not the same. So this is as good as I can get to kind of showing you, if you were one of our buyers and you were in a truck or in my truck with me, or we're out looking at homes, this is what you would see. So that's why we do it in this format. So throw a comment down below. This is probably the second or third video I have done in this format, so let me know what you think of it. And yeah, so today we are going to take a look at the Seabrook area of Nocatee. It is really one of your last chances. And I know you see all the YouTubers, other real estate agents, YouTube channels saying it's the last chance, and that is partially true. But I'm going to drive you around. Now, we just went by, for your frame of reference, we just started this video. Out of my right was Pine Island Academy, which is a K-8 academy. And I made a left. You saw the sign on the right-hand side at that point, and that's what took me into Nocatee. So, yep. So that is, we are in Nocatee now, and we are on our way to Seabrook. So, the Seabrook neighborhoods. So on the right-hand side, we are coming up to Del Webb Nocatee. So this is the third and final 55-plus community in Nocatee. Out of the, I forget how many communities there are in Nocatee, but out of all of them, only 3 are that you can own a house in, are exclusively 55-plus. Now, the reason I designated that was because there are some that are like assisted living and stuff like that, but you can't really own a suite. And then they also have a rental community called Rise that is just apartments. That again is 55 plus. But as far as, But as far as owning a home goes, Del Webb Nocatee is the newest and the last of the 55 plus. Outside of that, you have Del Webb Ponte Vedra, which is the older one that we're heading towards. And then all the way down, you have Artisan Lakes, which is in the it's in the far northwest section of Nocatee, actually in the in the Jacksonville area. But cool. All right, so we are almost in Seabrook. We are passing through Crosswater. So on the left-hand side is Crosswater Park. Yeah, I think Nocatee is one of the few communities in this area to take advantage of roundabouts. You don't see those very often. Oh, by the way, in addition to telling me where you are, also tell me what the weather's like. I am in Ponte Vedra, Florida, which is the unincorporated area of St. Johns County where Nocatee is. Now, there is a small sliver of Nocatee that is up in Jacksonville, actually in the city of Jacksonville and in Duval County. But the vast majority is in unincorporated St. Johns County called Ponte Vedra. The reason why being unincorporated makes a difference is if you went looking for the mayor of Ponte Vedra or the city police chief, you wouldn't be able to find them because they do not exist. Also, our taxes are much lower if you live in the unincorporated areas as opposed to the incorporated. Our property taxes, meaning. All right, so we are still passing through Crosswater. Pioneer Village. So my goal with this video is to give you an overview of the community. I'll show you where the school is going to be. I'll show you some of the Nocatee specifics. I'll answer some questions that I get pretty regularly working with buyers and sellers in this area. And yeah, if there's anything I don't touch on, you can just throw a comment down below. I do my best to answer them. Some people, like some guy right now, likes to argue, so I'll only respond to a couple of those. But But yeah, but if you have any questions, though, let me know. Throw a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer them. In fact, if I don't know the answer, I will get it for you. How about that? Alrighty. Here we are. Seabrook at Nocatee, just past the sign. It's on the right-hand side there. You probably can't see it very much, and we're passing it now. Palm Crest is to the right now, and you've got Coral Ridge to the left. I've done several model tours of those communities, so definitely if that's something you're interested in, they're pretty much closing those out. But if you're interested in a home in there, be it a resale or a new construction, check out those model home videos. And if you're still interested, if you want to see one or talk about making a smooth transition with myself or my team, then give us a call, shoot us a text, the number's down below. On the left-hand side, this will be a K-8 academy with St. Johns County. So academy designates the fact that it will not just be an elementary or a middle school, it'll be K-8, meaning you start there in kindergarten, and unless you move or something, you won't leave until 8th grade. All right, so I'm gonna take us a quick drive through Seabrook Village. We are in Seabrook Village Phase 1. At the time of this video, they hadn't really done much with Seabrook, the second phase of it. That's what I'm looking for. So over here on the left is the Riverside, David Weekley, and Providence home models. And again, I'm going to stop saying it, I have done tours of all those. So if you want to see those, be sure to check those out. Some of these homes are kind of interesting because if you notice when we're driving down the street, you don't really see any garages. And the reason is not all the homes in Seabrook, but this street, they're all what they call rear loading homes, meaning the garages are behind the home. It's kind of unusual in Florida. There are a few communities in Nocatee like this. It is unusual though in Florida. You know, where I do see it is where my buddy lives in DC. He, what do you call it? You could park in front and walk in through the front door, or like his garage is behind the home. It's interesting. I mean, especially when you get people from up north or something, they're fine with that. Who it's a problem for, those people who want like backyards. Because like this house to the right now that I'm kind of pointing towards, you can see they've got no backyard. That is the back of their house. So I'm going to go down one of these alleys just so you can see it. But yeah, these houses do not have backyards. But maybe you don't want one. Alright, so I'm going to show you the amenity center here, and then I'm going to jump out. I'm going to take you over to Reflections. So between Reflections and what do you call it? Seabrook Village, where we are right now, the second phase, which we're in the first phase. That is going to be your last chance to buy a new construction. Now, obviously, they'll still be selling resales, probably forever. But as far as a new construction home, that is your last option. So if that's something you want to do, definitely reach out. And just so you know, by the way, on the left are the model homes. These are like the larger models. So this is Riverside. This one they just converted over. They're selling it, or they sold it. Toll Brothers, and then this one is Providence right here to the left. To the right is the amenity center, Seabrook Park, and even though it's kind of for the residents of Seabrook, any Nocatee resident can use it. So the only time that an amenity in Nocatee is specific to that community, like Coastal Oaks, for instance, or Del Webb, you know, their amenities, is when the community itself is gated. At that point, anything inside is going to be only for those residents. Everything outside of that, I can't think of any exceptions, would be for the entire Nocatee community. So even though that park right there is in Seabrook Village, you know, a resident of Coastal Oaks or 20 Mile or wherever can use it. All right, so we actually have buyers whose homes are being built back here, and so we are allowed to come back and to take a look at those homes, and I'm going to take you with me. So this over here to the left is phase 2 of Seabrook Village. Right now it's just a lot of pads, meaning what it will be for the houses and the utilities and stuff like that. What we're heading towards is reflections. One of the nice things is too at Nocatee, as opposed to, say, Silverleaf, is Nocatee is kind of winding down the new construction, so you can see where everything is. All the major stuff is there already, maybe little things coming, but not much. In Silverleaf, we still have a lot to come. There's going to be public roadways, there's going to be all kinds of stuff that's not even there yet. And, you know, there's some buyers who think they bought a house on a preserve, meaning the woods behind the house will never be built on, and they're going to get a nasty surprise. That is something you definitely always want to check. There's some people, one neighborhood over from mine, who thought that they lived on a preserve, and now, my neighborhood doesn't border this, but the one next to me, but now they have stunning views of a car wash and a Dollar General store, or one of those things. All because if they had an agent, the agent didn't pull and check the maps to see what was going in back there. I had one, it wasn't a Nocatee. I haven't really had too many problems with site agents here in Nocatee, meaning I am a realtor. I work with buyers and sellers, like individuals such as yourselves, you know, looking to relocate here. I work with investors, stuff like that. When I say site agent, what I mean is, and if you already know this, I apologize, but just for our viewers who don't, what I mean is a real estate agent who works exclusively for the builder. They do not work necessarily for you, they're working for the builder. I haven't had too many problems with them in Nocatee, actually. They've been pretty good. Other communities, I cannot say that. I had one that told an interesting lie to one of my, by the way, we are now crossing into reflections, so the sign says. I had one tell my buyer it was, what do you call it? Told him that the house backed up the preserve, so I went and I pulled the county maps, and it was technically correct. 10 feet of it did. But beyond that, it was a, what do you call it? It was land that was already zoned to be, there you go. It was already zoned for multifamily housing. So at some point, instead of looking at forests or woods or something, they're going to be looking at apartments, townhouses or something. So not what the site agent wanted them to pay extra for anyway. So yeah, so that stuff does happen. It's definitely something you want to check. But I have not run into those problems with Nocatee or Park Group, who's the developer. I haven't seen anything like that. All right, so we are passing by some houses. Kind of gives you an idea for the space between the homes. So this is going to be, for homes in this price point, this is the last new construction community. If this is something, if you want to build your house yourself, and it can take 6 to 8 months, almost a year, to build a house from scratch. So you don't want to wait until you have to move to start that process. You want to really start about a year out, give or take. But anyway, so yeah, this is Reflections. We are at Recollection and, I can't read the other, Dawes, I think. It was street name. But anywho, yeah, that is, this is going to be one of those last communities. Now, there are still in River Landing. River Landing is the only community in Nocatee where you could actually buy a vacant lot and build your home. Now, the home you have to build there has to meet their guidelines, and that is a luxury community, so it's going to cost you a lot more than a home in here. What is it going to cost you? Depends on what you build. I don't want to get into what the minimums are, because I can make this video, you can watch it in 6 months, you know, and then find out that the prices have changed, because things have changed. But I will tell you, it'll cost you more than this neighborhood will. But yes, you can buy a vacant lot in there, and you can just hold it. In fact, I sold one to a buyer they were going to build, and I think they ended up just holding off for whatever the reason. But yeah, you can buy one in there and hold it, that's fine. Or you can start building right away, whatever works for you. So here we go. Let's see, this is Seabrook. We just hit Reflections. And we're still there now. Like I said, if there's anything you have questions on, throw them down below. Anything I didn't show you, let me know. And I am kind of working on my setup. I think I'm going to go on Amazon and buy like a clip so I can put the camera there and you don't see as much of the dash. A little bit more out the window view. So when it's all said and done, I don't think there's going to be a ton of difference between Seabrook Village and Reflections, other than maybe the size of the homes, but it's not going to look that much different in my opinion. Right now it does, just because I haven't really done much out here. Well, there you go. If I didn't mention anything that you wanted to see, let me know. I'd be more than happy to go get some more information for you. Also, if you would like to talk about making a smooth transition to Northeast Florida, absolutely love to have that happen, and we can help you. Recently, we've helped people relocate from Europe. We've had people calling us from Asia, and of course the normal Virginia, New York, California, DC, all those areas. We've had all that as well. So definitely give us a call, and if you need help with selling your home wherever you're at, if it's outside of our area, we can probably refer you somebody. If you don't have one, we can find you a professional to do that. That's something we do pretty regularly. And yeah, we just facilitate a smooth transition. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you want to use a different agent that you know or you used in the past, that's fine. Doesn't matter to us. But yeah, we're just here to help you any way we can. So have a great day. I appreciate your time. And yeah, I look forward to meeting you in person. Take care.